In the heart of the secluded forest, shrouded in mist and mystery, stood Hollow Creek Manor. Its dilapidated facade hinted at a bygone era of opulence, now overrun by nature's relentless grip. Legends whispered of the tragedies that befell those who dared tread its unhallowed grounds, but none could fathom the horrors that truly lurked within. It was on a moonless Halloween night that four adventurous souls, drawn by the lure of whispered tales, decided to unravel the secrets of Hollow Creek Manor. Sarah, the skeptic, sought to debunk the legends once and for all. Jake, the thrill seeker, craved the adrenaline rush of exploring the unknown. Emily, the historian, longed to unearth the manor's forgotten past. And Michael, the believer, was convinced of the supernatural forces that lay in wait. As they approached the decrepit gates, a chill wind whispered through the trees, sending shivers down their spines. Ignoring the ominous warning signs, they pressed on, their footsteps echoing in the eerie silence of the night. The manor loomed before them, its towering silhouette casting a shadow over their apprehensions. With trembling hands, Sarah pushed open the creaking door, revealing a foyer frozen in time. Dust-covered portraits adorned the walls, their eyes following the intruders with a silent vigilance. A musty scent hung in the air, suffocating and oppressive. Their exploration led them deeper into the bowels of the manor, where corridors twisted and turned like the labyrinth of a madman's mind. Each room they entered bore witness to a different horror: a nursery frozen in eternal silence, a dining hall where spectral guests feasted on ghostly fare, a ballroom where the echoes of long-forgotten music danced with the shadows. But it was the attic that held the darkest secrets of all. As they climbed the rickety stairs, a sense of dread washed over them, like a tide of malevolence rising from the depths below. The air grew thick with the stench of decay, and the floorboards groaned beneath their weight. In the dim light of their flickering torches, they stumbled upon a collection of arcane artifacts, dusty tomes bound in human skin, twisted effigies adorned with dried blood, and otherworldly relics that defied comprehension. It was as if they had stumbled upon a gateway to another realm, where nightmares were born from the darkest recesses of the human psyche. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence, echoing through the halls like a banshee's wail. With hearts pounding, they raced to the source of the sound, fearing the worst. They found Emily, her eyes wide with terror, staring into the darkness of an alcove hidden behind a tattered tapestry. There, amidst the cobwebs and shadows, lay a grotesque tableau, the mummified remains of a child, its hollow eyes staring into eternity with a silent accusation. Beside it, a rusted dagger gleamed in the faint light, its blade stained with the blood of innocence. As they recoiled in horror, a chilling voice whispered in their minds, filling them with a dread beyond comprehension. It spoke of unspeakable horrors that lurked within the depths of the manor, waiting to claim their souls for all eternity. And with each passing moment, the walls seemed to close in around them, suffocating and oppressive. Driven by fear and desperation, they fled the accursed halls of Hollow Creek Manor, their minds haunted by the specters of the past. But as they emerged into the cold light of dawn, they knew that they could never truly escape the horrors they had witnessed. For in the heart of that secluded forest, shrouded in mist and mystery, the darkness of Hollow Creek Manor would forever haunt their dreams, a reminder of the terrors that lurk just beyond the edge of our perception. And on each Halloween night, when the veil between worlds grows thin, the echoes of their screams would mingle with the whispers of the dead, a chilling testament to the true horrors of Hollow Creek Manor. In the quaint town of Ravenswood, nestled amidst rolling hills and ancient forests, there stood a grand mansion known as Blackwood Manor. Its towering spires and ivy-covered walls cast a foreboding shadow over the surrounding landscape, earning it a reputation as the most haunted house in the region. Legends spoke of the tragic tale of the Blackwood family, a tale of betrayal, madness, and unspeakable horror. It was said that the spirits of those who met their untimely demise within its walls still roamed the corridors, their anguished cries echoing through the night. On Halloween night, a group of intrepid teenagers dared each other to spend the night in the accursed mansion, eager to prove their bravery in the face of the unknown. Among them were Sarah, the skeptic, who scoffed at the tales of ghosts and ghouls; Jake, the thrill-seeker, who craved the adrenaline rush of a good scare; Emily, the historian, who sought to uncover the truth behind the legends; and Michael, the believer, who was convinced of the supernatural forces at play. As they crossed the threshold of Blackwood Manor, a chill wind swept through the air, sending shivers down their spines. The interior was as grand as it was decrepit. Faded tapestries lined the walls, and dust-covered chandeliers hung from the ceiling like macabre ornaments. Undeterred by the oppressive atmosphere, they explored the mansion, their footsteps echoing in the silence of the night. Each room they entered bore witness to a different horror: a library filled with ancient tomes bound in human skin, a ballroom where spectral dancers twirled in a never-ending waltz, a study adorned with the taxidermied remains of exotic creatures. But it was the master bedroom that held the most chilling secret of all. As they entered the dimly lit chamber, they were drawn to a large ornate mirror that dominated one wall. Its surface was clouded and cracked, as if reflecting the shattered souls of those who had gazed upon it. As they approached the mirror, they were met with a sight that chilled them to the bone. Their own reflections twisted and distorted into grotesque caricatures of themselves, their eyes gleaming with malice. And in the darkness behind them, a shadowy figure lurked, its presence filling them with a primal fear. With trembling hands, Sarah reached out to touch the mirror, her fingers tracing the cracked surface. But as she did, the mirror rippled like water, and she felt herself being pulled into its depths, her screams drowned out by the echoing laughter of the shadows. In a panic, the others tried to free her, but it was too late. Sarah was lost to the darkness that lurked within the mirror. And as they fled the mansion, their minds haunted by the horrors they had witnessed, they knew that they could never escape the shadow that now dwelled within their souls. For in the heart of Blackwood Manor, the mirror held a gateway to a realm of unspeakable terror, where nightmares were born from the darkest recesses of the human mind. And on each Halloween night, when the veil between worlds grew thin, the shadows of Blackwood Manor would reach out to claim their next victim, a chilling reminder of the true horror that lurked within. In the remote town of Willow Creek, nestled among ancient forests and mist-covered hills, there lay a dark secret buried beneath the murky depths of Willow Lake. For centuries, whispers of a curse had plagued the town, a curse that condemned those who dared to venture too close to the water's edge. On Halloween night, a group of daring teenagers set out to uncover the truth behind the curse, their curiosity outweighing their fear. Among them were Sarah, the skeptic who scoffed at the tales of ancient curses; Jake, the thrill-seeker, who craved the adrenaline rush of danger; Emily, the historian, who sought to unravel the mysteries of the past; and Michael, the believer, who was convinced of the supernatural forces at play. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew thick with anticipation, and the sounds of the night seemed to whisper of unseen dangers lurking in the shadows. The moon cast an eerie glow over the landscape, illuminating the twisted branches of gnarled trees and the shimmering surface of Willow Lake. At the water's edge, they found an old rowboat tethered to a rotting dock, its weathered wood creaking in the stillness of the night. Ignoring the warning signs carved into the bark of nearby trees, they climbed into the boat and pushed off into the darkness, their hearts pounding with excitement and dread. As they rowed deeper into the heart of Willow Lake, the surface grew still and silent, like the calm before a storm. The moon disappeared behind a veil of clouds, casting the lake into darkness, and an icy chill crept into the air. Suddenly, a ghostly figure emerged from the depths, its pale form gliding effortlessly through the water. Its eyes gleamed with an otherworldly light, and its voice echoed in their minds, filling them with a sense of dread. "You trespass upon sacred ground," it whispered, its voice like the rustle of autumn leaves. "Beware the curse of Willow Lake, for none who disturb its slumber shall escape its wrath." With a wave of its hand, the ghostly figure vanished beneath the waves, leaving the teenagers shaken and afraid. But despite their fear, they pressed on, determined to uncover the truth behind the curse that had plagued their town for generations. As they reached the center of the lake, they saw a glimmering light in the distance, beaconing them towards a small island shrouded in mist. Guided by an unseen force, they docked the boat and made their way ashore, their hearts pounding with anticipation. There, amidst the ancient ruins of a long-forgotten temple, they found a stone altar adorned with strange symbols and offerings of long-dead flowers. And beneath it, a hidden chamber filled with treasures beyond imagination, jewels that glimmered like stars, and artifacts that pulsed with an otherworldly energy. But as they reached out to claim their prize, the ground beneath them began to shake, and the waters of Willow Lake rose up in a furious torrent. With a deafening roar, the curse of Willow Lake was unleashed upon them, its vengeful spirits rising from the depths to claim their souls for all eternity. In their final moments, the teenagers realized the true horror of the curse, not in the ancient relics or the whispered legends, but in the darkness that lurked within their own hearts. And as they were dragged beneath the waves, their screams joined the chorus of those who had come before them, a chilling reminder of the true power of Willow Lake's curse.